Welcome to part 2 of the LS Electric PHOX DC Servo Quick Start from Automation Direct. In part 1, we covered wiring and power-up of the drive and motor. In this video, we'll configure the software and jog the motor. Part 3 will focus on basic two-position motion using push buttons. For part 1 and part 2, we will leave the motor uncoupled from any load for safety during initial setup and testing. Throughout this series, please refer to the Quick Start Guide available at AutomationDirect.com. It condenses key information from the LS manual into an easy-to-use format, while the full manual remains the best resource for detailed technical reference. With wiring and power checks complete from part 1, we're ready to connect to the software. We'll open LS Electric Drive CM, available for download at AutomationDirect.com. The interface includes a setup wizard and drive information on the left, the main configuration window in the center, and a real-time auxiliary control window on the right for jogging, monitoring I/O, triggering motion, and more. Toolbars across the top provide access to connection options, main window functions, auxiliary window selections, command-only tools, and a software emergency stop. We can connect to the PHOX DC drive via Ethercat or USB. Since this system uses a single drive, the simplest method is USB. After connecting the USB cable, selecting USB in the software, and switching from offline to online, the software automatically detects the drive. The initial alarm 31 is expected on a new drive and simply indicates that no valid encoder configuration has been loaded yet. Because these LS Electric servo drives are highly configurable, setup may appear complex, but for basic applications, most parameters can remain at their default. We'll use the setup wizard for a simple index mode configuration. Before running the wizard, it's critical to enable the motor holding brake if a braked motor is used. In the object dictionary under the Basic tab, set parameter 0x2037, motor brake fitted from 0 to 1. We must hit the enter key to send the edit to the drive, and we can see the text turn from red to green, indicating the drive has received this change. Failing to do this, or failing to connect the brake cable leads to a 24-volt DC supply, can result in motor or brake damage. This brake is designed to hold the load in place against gravity in vertical applications. It is not intended to stop or control the motor in any way while it is in motion. Now to return to our setup wizard. We can click on it to begin the setup process. We see the wizard populates the main window and our first selection screen comes up. We will go to Online and then select Yes when it asks if we want to read parameters from the drive. We now see the PHOX radio button is automatically selected, and the drive information populates in this section here. If we were replacing a drive, or setting up multiple drives the same way, we could load and initialize a preset configuration here, which would be the end of the process. We will have a chance at the end to save the configuration we're setting up now, and reuse it for other drives in the future if necessary. Since we are starting a new configuration, we will click the Next arrow. For setting up our motor and encoder, we only have the manual setting available, so we can again click Next. Now we need the motor ID, and here we will use the label on our motor. Our motor shows the ID, or code, is 705. You can also refer to the Quick Start Guide to get this information. It shows the motor codes for the various PHOX motors offered by Automation Direct. There are multiple wattages and frame sizes, so ensure you are using the code for your specific motor. We again hit Enter, and then Next. For the encoder setup, we will again grab the settings from the Quick Start Guide. Ours is an FAL motor, so we will use the BISS Port A 262,144 pulses per revolution, or PPR, and encoder configuration 1, as we aren't using absolute mode for our application. Again, we need to hit Enter. Then we click the Setting button, and the encoder configuration pop-up window appears. We keep 18 for the single-turn bit value, and change the multi-turn bit value to 16, and hit Enter. Alignment bit is 3, and we will use all the left side radio buttons before clicking OK. We aren't using a linear motor nor a commutator, so we will leave those fields alone and click Next. For this video, we are only jogging the motor, so the control mode won't matter just yet. However, in part 3 of this series, we are going to work through triggering index positions with push buttons, so let's set the mode to 0 for index position. There is excellent information on each of these modes in the manual and Quick Start Guide, so be sure and check them out for more info. We click Next, and the software brings up our mode-specific configuration settings. In our case, this is index mode. If you had selected a velocity mode or a pulse train, This menu would offer different setup options to customize your specific mode. For our simple application, we can keep most of these next few screens at the default. Feel free to review the various options and what they do and mean in the manual. We will click Next for the next few screens, leaving everything alone. And we can now send this configuration to the drive by clicking Write to Drive. As with any configuration change, it's always a good idea to press the Save to Memory button in the software. And then power cycle the drive. So we will do that now. When the power comes back up, we see the LED that was flashing red before is now flashing green, indicating the drive has initialized and is disabled without any faults. Great. Finally, we reconnect to the drive and verify operation. The initial fault from before is cleared, and we confirm proper STO operation by activating the eStop button. And we see the status change, and then reset when we reset the eStop. We can now open the jog window here if it isn't already open. This software enable is only necessary if we haven't already enabled the drive. When we click Enable, the status changes to Run, and we hear the brake release, confirming the system is ready for jogging. Let's jog forward. Good. And reverse. Excellent. We have now configured our system and are ready to explore index mode. Perfect. If you need further assistance with your project, contact our free award-winning technical support team. If you want to take a look at the PHOX DC Servo lineup, click here. To see part 3 of this series, click here. To subscribe to our YouTube channel, click here.